Howdy all, Chris Bone here for Meat Off the Bone and County Kitchen. First off, let me apologize for the noise in the background. The freezer is not happy today, and I haven't figured out why yet, so bear with me for the sound. If you can't hear me, my apologies. If it's really that bad, maybe I'll put some closed captioning in or something at the bottom. Anyway, it's Wednesday, and it's about 10 o'clock, and you know, it's not lunchtime yet, but I'm getting a hankering for like something. Getting a hankering for like seafood. So I haven't done this before, and a friend of mine, Alex Verzetti, I believe her last name is Verzetti. Yeah, I'm calling you out, Alex. He actually mentioned we were at the Old Town Alexandria Wharf here in Virginia a week or so back on a weekend. It was a really nice day. We're all on the water. We're all having crab cakes. We're all having seafood. We're all having calamari. I mean, it was a really nice day. Really good food, good people. And we started a conversation that he never knew how to make crab cakes or poached eggs either. But I told him to watch that video. Anyway, Alex, yeah, I'm talking to you. Anyway, well, I've never done a crab cake on video today, so today I'm going to. So let's all go ahead and start. Now, my crab cakes are not going to be the traditional, you know, 4 ingredients, put them in a pan, fry them, and, you know, put them on a sandwich or something. I'm probably going to make a sandwich, but I'm not going to, you know, do the bread, the lettuce and tomato and all that for you. This is just a video for the crab cake. And I'm not gonna stay traditional. As you can see, the hot sauce in the back there. All right, well, you're going to need, here you go, 1 egg, 1 pound of crab meat. Crab meat, especially, even those in the can, it is not lump. Lump is like $30 a can, of a 1 pound can. I lucked out, and this one's like, you know, $17. They're not cheap. So I hope this video goes out right. I'm gonna go ahead and saute some onions first. That'll go with the butter here. Panko for the binder. Of course, we got the egg, and we have some seasonings here going on. The hot sauce is, you know, just a little, give it a little bite, because I like a little bit of spice with my crab meat. Let's see, a traditional must, you must have parsley. That little bit right there would be the cayenne pepper. This little green one over here is dillweed, whole dillweed. This right here is Old Bay. And this little one that you can hardly see in the middle is just regular old garlic. What we're gonna need is, let me put this down, 1 tablespoon of mayonnaise. Doesn't really matter what type of mayonnaise. I use the really heavy stuff. Just a tablespoon. And see if you notice. See this? I just opened up this new mayonnaise. No, you don't have to do it, but I always do. But just my little FYI. If you ever open up, just open up a new mayonnaise, all the stuff at the top that's touched the air, I just skim that off. Sometimes it's not bad. It just gives a kind of an old, stale, oily flavor, and I'm not a fan of it. You know, but that's just me. All right, so just under it, get like a nice tablespoon or so. Not a lot. Move this to the side. Just need 1 egg. And your seasoning. And before I mix all this up, I will be taking my butter. I'm going to use, there's about 4 pats of butter here. I'm only going to use 2 of them. for the onion, and then the other 2 for the crab cakes. And the fire is on regular, just medium. You don't have to be on the high, doesn't have to be on low. Just a good medium heat. Onions this small diced does not take long at all to saute. You just want a slight kind of translucent brown to them. If you want to put the onions in, some people don't. You know, I like a little bit of onion with my crab cake. They don't take long at all. While those cook, I'm gonna go ahead and stir this up, and by the time I'm done stirring, the onions should be ready. Yeah, so it's looking like almost like a tartar sauce. Doesn't taste like one though, I give you that. Doesn't have any mustard or anything. Right about now I'm going to put a little bit of hot sauce. Just a little bit, maybe a teaspoon. Give it some kick. And voila. All we have to do is add the crab meat now, but I'm going to add the onions first. Yeah, those are looking really good. I'm gonna let the onions cool down a little bit though, because I don't want to start cooking the egg with the residual heat of the onions. So I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go grab a plate for the onions. Voila. Sauteed onions. Okay, now that the onions are done, I'm going to let them cool off. Be about maybe 5 or so minutes just to get them cool down. I take them and just it's almost like fanning them. Another thing you can do, throw them in the refrigerator for about a minute, 2 minutes. That'll cool them down enough too. You just want them cool down enough so once the onions touch the raw egg, they don't start to cook the egg while it's in the bowl. You don't want that at all. You just want an onion as an ingredient, not a basis of heat. Now I'm kind of curious. I want to see how this tastes. And really, don't try this at home. It has raw egg. That's got a little bit of spice to it. That's good. Actually, that tastes really good. And you know what I could use? Could use a little bit of salt. Not a whole lot. Just a pinch. I'm just going to salt this sauce, I guess you want to call it a pre-made. I'm going to need more salt after the cakes are cooked, but I'd rather knead it then than have too much of it now. You can always add, you can't take away. Now I've got to figure out how to open up this can. It is the lump. You can tell these are small blue crab legs. Probably from Maryland. Where is this from? Wild caught. Doesn't say where it's from. Product of Indonesia? What? Psh, whatever. I'm gonna put some gloves on. Now with any seafood product that you buy, if it be crab or if it be shrimp, if it be fish, salmon, whatever, examine it. Even though it's a canned crab, I'm still gonna, like, you know, feel it, touch it, make sure there's no residual like shell in there. You really don't want to bite down a shell when during the crab cake. If you get fish like salmon, look for the tiny bone, the tiny bones. The what do you call them? The pick bones, I believe. They're really skinny. They're about the size of a needle bones. Like they're tiny and light. You can feel them, and you just take tweezers to pull them all out. Always check. So, you know, especially when you get something fresh. So that's what I'm gonna do now. What I'm doing is all the crab's going in, but I'm feeling with my thumb and my forefinger to make sure that all the shells are gone, and I'll be able to tell if there's shell in it when I mix it up by hand here in a second. This does take a little bit of a while, but I'd rather spend the time doing it now than find it after if it's been cooked, because that's never fun to find. Oh, there's a piece of a claw right there. Wow, this is really good. Well, I have to hand it to the company that they made some pretty good crab meat here. I mean, you can actually, here, I'll even show you. I don't know if you can see at the bottom of the can right there, that red and yellow, or red and white, this right here. I mean, that's the tip of a claw. If you're not familiar with crab legs, or if you don't eat crab all too much, that's actually a really good sign. You're not just getting a byproduct of any, like the guts and stuff, the crab. You're actually getting the good wholesome, really expensive meat. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually, before I get my hands all in there, I'm gonna go get those onions. They're gonna be cooling up now. Shove those in as well. So there's not a whole lot of onions. Not a whole lot of onions at all. Just enough to give just a hint of a flavor of onion. All right. And now we are ready. After I mix all this up, we're gonna get the panko and pour that in. And as I'm doing this with my hand, again, if you feel anything kind of sharp or hard, it will most likely be a shell. Then just pick it out. Yeah, you only want 1 egg per pound of crab meat, because the egg is gonna keep everything together. It's gonna cook as well. But if you put too much egg in there, you'll end up drying the crab meat out as you wait for the egg to cook on while it's frying in the pan. Only want to use 1 egg. That's actually was a question that I was asked this past weekend too. Alex, are you taking notes? This is how you do it. I'm trying to be as thorough as possible. Now for the panko. Now how much you use is up to you. Usually the traditional way is used by saltine crackers, and for per pound of crab meat you'll want between 8. Oh, there's a claw right there. There's another claw right here. You can actually really see that one really well. A little red tip. That's from the tip of the claw. Anyway, sorry, I'm easily amused. Per pound of crab meat you want between 8 and 10 Ritz or saltine crackers. 8 and 10 crackers. I use panko because I think it cooks a whole lot better. It's already in powder and crumb form, and I just like the way panko treats everything it comes across. You can cook with it, you can fry with it, you can coat anything you want. I mean, hell, you can go to a sushi restaurant and get I think it's called a superstar roll, and they coat the entire sushi rolls with panko, but they don't fry it. They just give it to you as is, and it's great. And this is coming out really, really well, really, really well. Now what I need is a plate. Since the fire is on medium, take the rest of your butter. The hot plate's right here. I just took the pan off while we were cooking everything. We're just going to put it right back on. Drop my butter in. It looks like I'm probably going to do four crab cakes ish. I'm not absolutely sure, so I'm just going to put one piece of butter in to melt, and then we're going to make the other crab cakes right now. See if I can get both of them in here. I can. They don't have to be perfect, but you do want them firm together. Make a ball and then pack them out. There's one. Make your ball. Pat it down until about maybe a quarter to a half inch thick. You don't want them too thin, but you don't want them too thick that they don't, cook evenly inside. All right. These are looking great. I'm gonna take my gloves off. I'm gonna use my spatula. I trust it. For those of you who remember I broke this. It's good old Elmer's glue. It's my favorite spatula. Red. All right. Let's bring this over to Cha. Still on medium heat. And I'm gonna go ahead and put the other piece of butter in. Because I can. All right. Now the crab cakes will sometimes want to fall apart. Just try and keep them in a solid form if you can. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It depends on the mood of the crab. Maybe I could have, to tell you the truth, as in hindsight, I'm looking at them. See how thick they are? I could have taken like maybe a quarter here, a quarter here, a quarter here, a quarter here, and maybe 5 crab cakes instead of just 4. But these are looking really, really nice. You see that little purple thing right there? That's another claw. That's pretty cool looking. It's always nice that you can actually recognize the parts of your crab meat. There's a claw right there. So people are like, oh, that's disgusting. Well, we're gonna eat it. You want to cook these for at least 5 minutes on each side. They're gonna get golden brown and a little bit firm, but yeah, definitely 5 minutes on medium. Make sure it's definitely on medium heat. And I will be right back. I'll see you in 5 minutes. All right, it's been about 5 minutes. Let's see how they look. Actually, it's been about maybe 4 minutes, but who's counting? Oh, nice. Well, guys, could go a little bit longer. What's up with this one? It's like half my burner's not working. You know, if that's the case, I'm just gonna do this. Since this is the bottom part's working. But these are looking really, really nice. Really nice. That's exactly what you want to see. As they cook. If you're not familiar with crab cakes, which I'm sure you've heard of it, everyone's heard of crab cakes if you've never had them. A lot of people eat them with a sandwich. Crab cake sandwich is usually like lettuce and tomato over like a brioche bun or something. Or you can do, if you want it for breakfast, you can have crab with a poached egg or crab cake Benedict. It's really up to you. I mean, a poached egg with that crab cake, those crab cakes would go really, really well right now. That's kind of what I'm feeling. But I'm not going to do the egg on video though. I've already shown you all how to do a poached egg. I could do another one if you can't find it. Let me know. I'll do another one for you. Poached egg is really good. But crab cakes are very versatile. You can eat them plain by themselves with a side of rice and some soy sauce. I mean, virtually you eat them breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Just to give you a heads up, and really how you make them, it's really the same way. I have done crab balls before. I haven't done it in a video, but I'll do crab balls, make them the same exact way, and then I'll put my panko in them to keep them firm, to keep the panko like I did the crab cakes. But I take extra panko and I'd roll the crab balls in the panko and I'd deep fry it. And deep fry it and come out, put it in the oven for about maybe 10 minutes at 300 degrees. It'll cook the inside out to keep the outside to still be crispy. They're unbelievably good. They're awesome. I might actually do a video of that sometime, but I've done so many. I've done turkey balls, I've done chicken balls, I've done tuna, fried tuna balls. I mean, they're all really done the same way. But, you know, using the crab, it's really, really nice to have. If you ever get a chance to have crab cakes, I highly, highly suggest at least trying it. Sure, there's some people who just don't like it. There's some people who might be allergic to it, but if you're one of those people that actually can have it and can enjoy it, please try it. It's such a great flavor. Just poke under here. Yeah. All right. And I will turn this. Actually, I'm just going to flip it and return it this way. I'm just going to do the same thing with this. I'm not even going to look at it. See how it's trying to come apart right here? That happens. Let's It's okay. It's okay. Right, these look good. Looking wonderful. Go ahead and bring these over. Put these on a plate. Really, really nice. Look at the size of these. These are pretty big. I could have made them a little bit smaller, but if you get them really big and they still cook nice, then small will actually cook even better. Look at that. See right up inside there. That looks wonderful. That's hot. That right on top. Back over here. Turn the fire off. Let's look at this. This will be very, very hot. Please be careful. Get a good look at this. Cut into it. Like I said, you could put this over anything. You could put something over it. I get the crab right out first. Then comes the, I want to say the saltiness of the Old Bay, because I didn't add any actual. No, I said that I added salt. I did add salt. It does not need salt. If you like a lot of salt, you can put some on. Right in the back, in the very back. You can't taste it while you chew it, but once you swallow, you get just a hint, the bare minimum hint of the cayenne pepper, the spiciness. I am not getting any of the spice or the flavor of the hot sauce I put in, but all the ingredients melded together with the onion and the spices and the hot sauce, everything is like really working well together. That it tastes really, really good. You can still unmistakably taste the crab. You can eat it by itself. So good. And quite easy. You can't go wrong. Totally cooked through. You have the nice crunch on the outside where it's browned, where it's golden. It's actually called seared. There's the onion right there. The inside is fluffy, flavorful, not too much of anything. I mean, it's the perfect melody of flavor with the crab and the spices. Those would be perfect sandwiches. Those would go perfect with eggs. Something that wouldn't overpower the crab meat, like if you had crab meat and say like a crab meat with hollandaise sauce, with the egg and hollandaise. I think the hollandaise sauce would actually overpower the crab meat. A poached egg would not. A crab sandwich with just a minimal amount of tartar sauce as a binder, as the mayonnaise, would not overpower it. That would actually be perfect for these crab chicken sandwiches or crab cakes. But however you do it, I would love to hear from you. Let me know your comments or suggestions down below. My name is Chris Bone. Thank you for watching. Thanks for the support. If you have any questions, let me know. I will see you soon. Y'all take care.